Elite Facts presents
10 mysteries of the world that science can't explain.
10.
Mysterious human ancestor. The lineage of modern humans has been well studied over the years, and even though the first humans emerged a long time ago, we seem to have a good idea about our origins. Or that's what we thought until scientists discovered traces of a whole new type of ancient human ancestor in the DNA of now extinct species. When scientists studied the DNA of Denisovans, Denisova hominins, a hominid species closely related to the Neanderthals and named after the caves in which they were first found, they found traces of a mysterious species which science hasn't quite been able to identify yet. While there is a penetrating mystery surrounding the Denisovans themselves, we at least know who they were and where they came from. The same cannot be said of the unknown species with whom they bred about 30,000 years ago, a species that left a distinct imprint on the Denisovan DNA. Basically, all we know is that they provided Denisovans with a weird set of teeth not found anywhere else in the living world.
9.
Flowers. Flowering plants form a class of plants called angiosperms, and as you may have noticed, they're everywhere. What may come as a surprise, however, is that this was not always the case. Flowering plants took over other plant types in a quick time period about 400 million years ago, and as a result, they constitute about 90% of all plant species today. The problem worried Charles Darwin so much that he called it an abominable mystery. Rapid evolution of flowers shortly after their origins ran directly against his theories of slow evolution through natural selection. And there's nothing evolutionarily beneficial about flower-producing plants. For the nutrient cost of making flowers, the plant could invest in growth or other things that could put them higher on the evolutionary ladder. Because plants don't leave any fossil records when they die, it has been difficult to determine how this hobo species came from nowhere and so quickly conquered everything else.
8.
Hestellan lights. Radar and cameras have tracked and filmed objects that travel up to 30,000 kilometers per hour, faster than any known aircraft today. The recurrence of this event has been well documented and observed by scientists using the Hestellan Automatic Measurement Station. Scientists at the University of Østfold in Hessdalen, Norway, have captured and documented many strange anomalies which seem to plague the area all the time. Radar and cameras have tracked and filmed objects that travel up to 30,000 kilometers per hour. As we mentioned, that's faster than any known aircraft today.
7.
The Solveig Firth spaceman. In 1964, a man photographing his daughter captured what appears to be a figure resembling an astronaut standing in the background. The photo gained international attention and made headlines in various newspapers all over the world. Kodak, the famous technology company that concentrates on imaging products, even stated they believed it to be a genuine photo. As with anything else like this, the photo and the claims have been subjected to piles of criticism. But even to this day, the family stands by what they experienced.
6.
Costa Rica's giant stone balls. The Costa Rican stone balls are as mysterious as the Stonehenge itself. These balls are perfectly shaped and range from small spheres up to 8 feet in size. These balls are smooth and seem to be unmatched to the crude tools of the ancient inhabitants of Costa Rica. Plus, the balls are found scattered across several villages and hills, which makes moving them from a stone source almost impossible. At this moment, these great stone balls are said to be of religious or astronomical relevance. However, this theory remains to be proved.
5.
Jerry Ayman and the WOW signal. In 1977, astronomer Jerry Ayman discovered a sequence of characters in a printout from Ohio State University's radio telescope that listens to signals from deep space. The 6 characters stood out in a sequence of 6EQUJ5. Ayman circled it and wrote WOW on the printout, thus its name. This signal is in perfect bell curve and has an intense signal strength, which is said to be a candidate of strong radio transmission from aliens. The space where the telescope was pointed at that exact moment was said to be empty space, with no close stars and other radio sources which could have emitted the signal. It has tantalized the astronomical world, since this kind of frequency isn't allowed to be transmitted on Earth. So what could it possibly be from? Up to now, the signal that came from the direction of Sagittarius was unexplainable by science, although extraterrestrial beings are the most plausible answer to the question of who transmitted the frequency.
4.
Tobacco and other illegal substances from mummies. In 1992, when German scientists were testing Egyptian mummies, they found remnants of tobacco, hashish, and other illegal substances. These were found in their bones, skin, and hair. This seemed to not be too appalling, but scientists later realized these things were not found in the ancient world at that time and in that area. Tobacco and cocaine were grown in the Americas in pre-Columbian times, and there were no known trades between these groups.
3.
Stonehenge. If someone mentions a mythical and mind-boggling structure, they're probably talking about Stonehenge. It was built 5,000 years ago and serves as a monument of an unknown purpose. It's found in Salisbury, England, and has a complex origin. What baffles many is that the biggest of the stones weighs 25 tons, making lifting the piece an impossible feat for an ancient civilization with no sophisticated lifting machines. Despite massive amounts of research, it seems that Stonehenge will remain a mystery.
2.
Magnets. Scientists understand how magnets work to a degree, but what they don't understand is this: why do natural magnets always have a north and south pole? Further, no matter how many times you cut a magnet in half, you will always get a magnet that has a north and south pole. Pretty strange, right? Scientists can generate lab-made magnets that only have a north or south pole, but out in the wild, this is simply not the case. It has never happened. Simply put, we just don't know why. You know what? Let's just set magnets aside entirely.
1.
Yawning. Yawning itself isn't very exciting. In fact, the yawn is commonly used as a symbol of boredom or fatigue. Yawning is a part of our life pretty much from birth, and it persists with us throughout. No matter where you live or were born, you yawn. That's just how your body works. The only tricky thing is this: we don't know why exactly we yawn. There are many theories floating around as to the pervasiveness of our yawning, but nothing is concrete. One theory explains that we yawn due to a subtle lack of oxygen flow, thus probing ourselves into the act of gulping down some extra oxygen.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Elite Facts.